Honda is one of the most respected engineering companies on earth. They build engines that power everything from lawnmowers to private jets. Their motorcycle division alone generates over $20 billion in annual revenue. They have research labs in Tokyo, manufacturing plants across Asia, and authorized service centers on every continent. When Honda designs a motorcycle, every component is engineered to factory specification, tested under controlled conditions, and backed by a global warranty network. And yet, on the streets of Ho Chi Minh City, a mechanic sitting on a plastic stool on the sidewalk with a socket set, a hammer, and a cigarette dangling from his lips will fix your Honda faster, cheaper, and in many cases more effectively than Honda's own authorized service center 3 blocks away. That's not an exaggeration. That's the reality of motorcycle maintenance in Vietnam, a country with over 65 million registered motorcycles, the highest motorcycle density in the world. Vietnam doesn't just use motorcycles. Vietnam runs on them. And the informal repair economy that keeps those motorcycles moving has quietly built a service network that makes Honda's official dealer model look slow, expensive, and unnecessary. Today I'm going to break down how this happened, what it tells us about the gap between what manufacturers charge and what repairs actually cost, and why this story should change how you think about every service invoice you've ever paid. Subscribe if you haven't already. Let's get into it. Vietnam's relationship with motorcycles started out of necessity. After the country's reunification in 1975 and the economic reforms of the late 1980s, Vietnam was one of the poorest countries in Southeast Asia. Public transportation was inadequate for a rapidly urbanizing population. Cars were prohibitively expensive, both to purchase and to fuel. Motorcycles offered affordable, flexible mobility for individuals and families. A single Honda Wave or Honda Dream could carry a family of 4 through traffic that no car could navigate, burn a fraction of the fuel, and be parked in spaces that would not fit a bicycle rack. Honda saw the opportunity and moved aggressively into the Vietnamese market. They established manufacturing plants, authorized dealer networks, and a parts and supply chain designed to serve millions of riders. And for a while, the authorized dealer model worked. Honda controlled the ecosystem. If your Honda broke, you went to a Honda dealer. Then the Vietnamese did what every culture in this series has done when the official system became too expensive or too inconvenient. They built their own. Across Vietnam, from Hanoi to Ho Chi Minh City to rural villages in the Central Highlands, an informal motorcycle repair economy emerged that dwarfs Honda's official network in both scale and speed. Street mechanics set up shop everywhere, literally everywhere, on sidewalks, in alleyways, under highway overpasses, in the front rooms of family homes. Anywhere you can fit a motorcycle in a toolbox, there's a mechanic. Some estimates suggest there are over 500,000 informal motorcycle repair operators across Vietnam, outnumbering authorized dealers by a factor of 50 to 1 or more. These mechanics do not have factory training. They do not have diagnostic computers. Many of them learn by apprenticing with a family member or neighbor, or simply by taking apart their own motorcycle and figuring out how it works. The toolkits are basic: a few wrenches, a pair of pliers, some screwdrivers, maybe a multimeter for electrical work. The workspace is whatever is available. The parts come from a parallel supply chain of aftermarket manufacturers, primarily Chinese, that produce components compatible with Honda, Yamaha, and Suzuki models at a fraction of the factory price. And the speed of service would make any American dealer, service advisor's jaw drop. Now hit that like button before we go further. This is one of those stories that changes how you think about everything. One click helps it reach more people. Let us keep going. A Vietnamese street mechanic can change your oil in 5 minutes. Not because he is rushing, because there's nothing else to do. Pull the drain plug, let it empty, replace the plug, pour in new oil. No appointment, no intake form, no multi-point inspection checklist designed to upsell you on services you do not need. No waiting room, no service advisor explaining that your air filter needs replacing at a cost of $75. Just the oil change, done in less time than it takes to fill out the paperwork at an American dealership. A brake pad replacement takes about 15 minutes. A chain and sprocket swap, maybe half an hour. A carburetor cleaning, 20 minutes. An engine bottom end rebuild, which at an American dealer would be a multi-day job requiring the bike to be booked in advance and left overnight, can be completed by a skilled Vietnamese street mechanic in an afternoon on the sidewalk, while traffic rolls by 6 inches from his elbow. The cost difference is staggering. A routine service at a Honda authorized center in Ho Chi Minh City runs somewhere around 200,000 to 500,000 Vietnamese dong, roughly 8 to 20 US dollars. A street mechanic charges 50,000 to 150,000 dong for the same work, 2 to 6 US dollars. And for more complex repairs, the gap widens further. An engine rebuild at a dealer might run 5 to 10 million dong. A street mechanic will do it for 1 to 3 million dong, using aftermarket parts that cost 1/3 of what genuine Honda components cost through official channels. Are the aftermarket parts as good as genuine Honda? Often, no. Chinese-made brake pads wear faster. Aftermarket chains stretch sooner. Non-genuine gaskets may not seal as precisely, but they work. And for a Vietnamese rider earning 6 to 10 million dong per month, the choice between a genuine Honda part that lasts 20,000 kilometers and an aftermarket part that lasts 12,000 kilometers at 1/3 the price is not a difficult calculation. You buy the cheaper part and replace it sooner. Total cost over the life of the bike is still lower than the genuine parts route. This is the exact same math that plays out in Lagos with Mercedes parts, in Havana with Chevrolet parts, and in Tehran with Peugeot parts. The official supply chain charges premium prices for parts that are often good but not 3 times as good as the alternative. The informal economy fills the gap. But the Vietnamese story has a dimension that makes it unique among all the countries we've covered. In Vietnam, the street mechanic isn't competing with a disappeared supply chain or a severed embargo. He's competing directly with Honda's own authorized dealers in real time on the same streets for the same customers. Honda is right there. The factory parts are available. The trained technicians exist, and the customer still chooses the street mechanic, not because he has no choice, because the street mechanic is better value. That's a devastating indictment of the authorized dealer model. When a customer has full access to the factory service network and still walks past it to sit on a plastic stool while a guy in flip-flops fixes his bike for $3, it tells you something about the gap between what factory service costs and what factory service is worth. Honda knows this. Every major motorcycle manufacturer operating in Southeast Asia knows this. They've tried loyalty programs, warranty incentives, and service packages designed to keep customers in the authorized network. It hasn't worked. The informal economy is too fast, too cheap, and too convenient. You don't need an appointment. You don't need to leave your bike overnight. You don't even need to get off the motorcycle in some cases. The mechanic walks up, diagnoses the problem, quotes a price, and starts working. The deeper lesson here connects to everything we talk about on this channel. The gap between what a repair actually costs in parts and labor and what you pay at a dealership is not a quality premium. It is an infrastructure premium. You are paying for the building, the lift, the diagnostic computer, the service advisor's salary, the waiting room coffee, the corporate overhead, the franchise fee, the marketing budget. You are paying for all of it bundled into every oil change and brake job. And in countries where that infrastructure does not exist or where consumers cannot afford it, the repair still gets done. The motorcycle still runs, the rider still gets to work. Vietnamese street mechanics prove every single day that the core act of maintaining a motorcycle is simple, fast, and cheap. Everything that makes it complicated and expensive in the Western world is packaging, not engineering. If this video changed how you think about your next service appointment, hit that like button and share it with someone who has been overpaying at a dealership. Drop a comment and tell me, what is the most you have ever been charged for a repair you later realized was simple? I want to hear the stories, and if you have not subscribed yet, now is the time. We have a lot more coming, and each one is going to challenge what you thought you knew. Thank you for watching. Stay safe out there, and I will see you in the next one.